Let's go. This is Inside the Tribe. Obviously, it's the sixth episode. We are here. We are live. My name is Atengo Sinefu, aka Maverick. Hey, Buddha man.
Hey,
yes,
Buddha
sir.
man.
And I'm not alone as always. I got my main man there.
Yes, and you with Kama Klassen, aka QC. Sugar Begums. I just added my new one. Yeah, we're rolling.
Yeah, that's
man.
a new one. What does that even mean, bro?
Man, it doesn't have any meaning. It's just saucy.
Yo. That's funny.
Yeah.
That's funny.
That's straight up Rick from Rick and Morty. Yeah, what up? Okay, I guess that's a thing. That's wild. Got glasses that look like you're from the future and you're a bike racer. I don't know what those glasses are about, son. That's wild.
We're about to be entertained right here.
Yes, sir.
Now, you want to introduce our guest?
Yes, sir. We got Panch Casella, aka Gazizi, bro.
Gazizi, bro.
That's been a minute. This guy is an actor, comedian, producer, director.
Yo.
You sure about directing?
Jack of all trades.
Bro, I've failed at all of them. But I've also found some great success.
Yeah. But yes, sir, man. This guy has been on Netflix specials. Justice Serve is actually doing his one-man show currently. That's why he's in GQ. Yes, man. Welcome the homie here.
Thank you.
Gazizi.
We're
glad to have you,
all
bro.
have a dope space here.
Thank you, man.
And it's really cool.
Appreciate
It means a lot
We
coming from
appreciate-
another podcaster.
Yeah. Because they recognize the game.
Recognizes game.
We're gonna see what we can do about stealing this venue from you. But,
I don't know, Ari. We are here. We are family. But anyway, man, what brings you to the city? What's up?
man, I'm here for the one-man show, and also to check out Gqeberha for the first time, which is it's a really nice vibe, bro.
Yeah.
I like your weather. I don't know why people complain about the weather.
No, you came at a good day.
You haven't seen the full
not
full display of it yet.
Oh, yeah? I brought the weather.
But today's a nice day.
You brought the weather.
Yeah.
I came with it. Okay.
Oh, I like that.
Okay, so your favorite thing about the city yet is the weather.
The women, maybe. You guys have beautiful women.
Top 3 in the country.
Shout out.
Huh?
Top 3 in the country.
Don't push it.
We're somewhere there, though.
Okay.
We're a sleeper peak.
No, it's
So how long have you been here now in PE, like currently?
I arrived yesterday.
Okay.
In the morning at 8 a.m. and then I've been here since, and I'm only leaving tomorrow.
Oh.
So after the show tonight.
Oh, that's fine.
You guys
It's
are
your
coming?
first time. So you guys really don't know each other from here in PE.
Yeah, no. Mav went to varsity down the road from me. So yeah, we spent many a nights
together.
Hanging.
Pause. Pause.
You have to put that pause in there.
There was no baby oil involved. Laptops and assignments.
That's what it is.
So I don't love him like a brother.
Nah, not like Diddy. Not like Diddy. Man, but that's interesting because you basically brought him, like, you introducing him to the PE life, just like you guys were there over together in Joburg, and now he's seeing PE from your perspective, basically. That's dope, man. That's dope.
Yeah, no, I've been hitting quite a few stations that Mav put me on. And it's been great, man, meeting the people, yeah.
Yeah, man. I want us to start from, and this is, because obviously right now I know your work that you were doing and used to watch you in Rosebank and sometimes Shakers.
Yeah.
And was pretty surprised that the one-man show came earlier than I expected. I was like, okay,
really?
is he ready? Let's see this. But when you posted the Joburg one, I was like, people are saying he's going off.
There's a demand.
There's a demand for it. And I think for me, the question would be there, and it's something we had a conversation about last year.
Yes.
So if you remember, I posted a status when I was attending a radio workshop by Tim, some radio geek. This guy, he talked about having your art and your taste and what you are capable of and bridging that gap in terms of what you can provide. So it's like with podcasts, podcast or comedy, you might like Dave Chappelle or Bill Burr, or maybe in podcasting you might like Joe Rogan and whatnot.
Yeah,
but
I think I remember this.
You matching what they do, and maybe at least getting yourself close to that level to what you would actually even. Would you even listen to yourself?
Would
if
you watch
not?
yourself? Yeah.
Exactly. So I want us to start there. Do you think you are getting closer to bridging the gap between of what your taste level versus what you can do?
I think I'm getting close. I think I'm getting close. I don't know if I'd say I'm there yet, but I think it's getting pretty close. I'd buy a ticket.
You'd buy a ticket.
I don't know if I'd be my favorite comedian, but I'd probably be like, okay, I think this guy could be my favorite comedian. You know what I mean? So it's I think right now I'm in a learning phase where I'm like learning and like experiencing things, you know, just trying to put it all out there and find out what I do like, who likes what I do, you know, and finding myself within that.
I love that. I love that, man. I know, like with stand-up, just from watching stand-up, I hear like there's instances where you just have to go to like whether it be restaurants, wherever there's a platform for you to speak to people and engage, and you just throw content out, see how people receive it and how they don't receive it, what you like from what you said, how you said it. Like, have you done any of those stuff? I don't know, maybe Mav can also attest to that, but like when you were in Joburg, like was there a run where you're doing stuff like that? Like
so basically open mics where you go, new material nights rather, where you go and you test out material. Yeah, that's very important to the process, because like you can't be trying jokes for the first time when people paid 150 rand, you know. It's like you wanna put that out, you wanna go somewhere and just test the jokes and see if they work, and then you take it to the audience. And basically that's what like doing a one-man show is now. It's basically like a collection of work that I've actually worked on, and I'm like, this is ready for you to watch. So like if you skip the whole working the material phase, that would be like if you wrote the first draft of a song and you just put it out. It's like, you know, you don't have a draft too. You think all the words are fine. You think your 16 bars is that boy? Alright, bit. Now people are talking about you being at the studio asking for KFC and lean.
Empty level. That's wild.
Being the one take Drake out here, bro. Like, I'm gonna one take everything. You can't be that into it.
I think it's Jay Molly. I feel like people were like, you don't mess with the national legend like that.
No, Jay Molly bowed out. That's what he said. He makes too much money from trading and other businesses that is like,
that's what he said.
I don't need rap.
He doesn't have the time to entertain that.
Okay.
Yeah, he quit rap, dropped the tape, and then it was like, I'm bowing out.
I'm making more money from
but Mans is going through stuff.
I mean, it looks like he makes money because, you know, the apartments that he, you know, posts in and the cars that he's around and whatnot.
I won't like. Can I be honest? Can I be honest?
I think that guy's also like
you can fake that stuff.
Yeah,
you go to a house showing party thing and you just take pictures there and then you post it up and make it look like you live there.
But he had a career independently.
Oh, okay.
So for me, it's either maybe he's funded from home or whatever. But
I was gonna say
he
that
has access to money.
I feel like it comes from money. Yeah. Like, it probably comes from money. Otherwise,
But I'm not saying Jay Molly is broke. Just now there's a season disease. Just come back to America and apologize.
Explain yourself.
Jay Molly is rich.
but also we must I think give credence to the fact that he's going through stuff mentally. He's always made that vocal, like he's I don't know, either depression or whatever it may be. Especially given that it was like I think a World Mental Health Day or something like that these past few days. So you know, he might be acting like in cahoots or whatever, but like also at the same time, Mans is going through stuff. Maybe you should go to a therapist or something like that and see people. But like, shout out to people who are going through mental health stuff and actually trying to cope with it. I don't know, maybe what's a good way to cope or not, but just have to shed light on that.
It's a tough thing to say how you deal with it, especially when you're a public figure like that. You know what I mean? So it's like when you do have a meltdown and it's in front of people, people are gonna put aside the fact that you have this mental health issue and judge what you did, right? It's gonna be like, why are you acting like that, you know? And then before you know it, MT is hitting you with an avocado.
What a story!
It's you don't want it to go down that way.
Man, I actually want to because when we arrived in Joburg 2018, sort of us all as friends, right?
Yeah.
You were like already in the game.
Yeah.
If you get what I'm saying. So you had like rolled with the pops of this world. You knew about Robbie Collins and etc. etc. So we were like relatively new in the game with no access to maybe like, because I was a rapper back then, so I had no access to maybe upcoming rappers or whatever. I didn't even know.
Shang amapaz.
He's popped one or
Knock
two.
knock.
Who's there?
The chicken that crossed the road. Okay, hit us with the bar.
Okay. Knock knock.
Ah.
Nah, we're not doing that.
it's fine.
We want a bar.
What a bar.
Nah.
Jokes.
Before we even finish.
Yeah.
But yeah, so when we arrived in Joburg, like we already felt like you were in the game. So could you please like explain sort of like the process of you still wanting to go to school, because you were closer to the game and we just need an excuse to go to Joburg so we can chase our dream. But if we had the sort of like privilege that you have, I don't think I would have considered going to varsity, because I would be in Joburg. So
If you have a step in the game, like if you have a foot in the game,
I have a foot in the game, proximity. If I have access to studio, I have access to these things. I don't think I would have considered, because for me to go to Joburg, the first thing was I just need to get to Joburg. But obviously to the parents, it's like I need to go to school and then I can chase my rap career and other entertainment endeavors.
Yes.
So let's talk about that. You deciding to like go to varsity or going to school while you just like rolling with Mpo.
For me, the going to varsity thing was originally I was being stubborn. I was like, I don't wanna. I'm already doing the comedy thing. I just want to chase my dream, etc. And it was speaking to guys like Loyiso and Mojek Lehoko, who were like, nah, go study something. Go study something. Maybe study something that's in line with what you want to do, right? So for me, that's when I went, okay, if I'm gonna study, right, let's do something that's actually gonna help my skill as a performer. So that's why I decided to study acting. I was like, okay, as a performer, I'm gonna grow. So like, it's not like I'm wasting time or anything. I'm still chasing the dream, but I'm growing the skill. And so that's really served me well, because I've found a lot of success in the acting world, which has also translated to success in the stand-up comedy. Yeah. So that's been beautiful. Some of the best advice I ever got, really.
Yeah, that's so true that you have people in the corner who could give you advice like that, because I'd imagine like going to as you said, going to school, it's something that would feed your passion more of actually what you want to do, and it will show you new and ways you haven't thought of approaching the comedy and the acting, because school, it tends to have that approach, you know. So I'm sure it might have aided you, and especially just hearing it from people who have made it in the game somehow. It's in a sense like they say you'll always want to have something to fall back on. So it was like, okay, maybe let me just do this to have something to, even if this kind of doesn't work out, but you probably knew that, okay, I'm gonna try my best to make it work out.
Yes. It was going all in, basically, because acting is not a plan B. If you're trying to have a plan B in life, acting is not a plan B. I tell you this. That's not your fallback plan. Study something else. No, so for me, that was like going all in and saying, I want to be the best that I can be in this art form holistically. You know what I mean? Yeah.
So as far as where you're at right now, which one do you think ranks higher in terms of skills level? Comedy or acting?
I don't know, man. I don't know. I don't think that's for me to say. I think that's for the audience, because at the end of the day, art is subjective, and I am not the consumer of my art. I am the creator of it. You know what I mean?
That's
so I can't be ranking myself. That's for the audience to watch and say.
That's a dope answer. That's a very
I won't lie.
Yeah.
Up to the audience. You see, people with English, come to think of it, you're one of the few people that I know. Like, I've never, only this morning when we were at the SAPC, I heard, it's like, I've never heard this nigga speak like ever.
Oh, what? That's
I've never.
You know, you twanging when you're speaking with him straight. It's no vernac. You know, you straight up.
The thing is, I never thought about it, because even Brandon, because obviously he hardly spoke vernac. Even Stifler as well hardly spoke vernac.
I think the reason we all just spoke English is because we all didn't speak the same language. So it was like,
besides me and Zoom,
this is
because we
were both closer. But then it was like, I think the meeting ground for us is because
common ground.
Brennan uzo it's
no, it's not Swan. It's suit. It's Swat. Yeah.
You've lost me.
Yes, got the baby. And then, Xhosa, I could hang with you guys. With you guys, I'm like, we can rock. But then, hey,
because you can't speak Nguni.
Yeah.
But I'm interested in that. Like, does it get to a certain point, like maybe after 5 years of friendship, where you're like, actually, let's learn each other's languages. Like, why we've been friends for so long? Why are we not engaging, like learning more about your culture?
We should be. It's just work, and sometimes you don't want homework from your niggas.
And also,
homework is not homework.
Xhosa is the national language. They should learn ours, not us.
Look at the tribalism of it.
So you say these things when you're in Gqeberha.
When I'm home,
home ground advantage.
At the taxi rank in Joburg. He's a chameleon. Everything. I'm like, oh, man.
And I'd imagine Joburg does have that, like, it makes you actually want to take in their ways a bit, like when you get there, especially from someone who comes from Eastern Cape, given the stereotypes that they have already about people from here, like, I'd imagine. And I can see Mev doing that, like, hey, Sanbona, I had that image in my head already.
Trying to say I'm a sellout, listen to this nigga.
Code switching. We see you.
Yeah, man, like, as the people from the podcast or the audience know, I have stories, but this nigga's got stories for days, dog. Like, I remember when you were telling us a story, like, when you were, is it allegedly or you were kidnapped or something? When we went in Utah, and I'm like, how does this nigga get kidnapped, bro? Like, he got some crazy experience.
A comedian getting kidnapped.
Bruh, having white friends will change your life. Is that a good and bad?
Yeah.
Hey, that guy got us kidnapped, bruh.
Like, okay, like, explain to the person who's hearing the story for the first time. So,
I think it was in high school, probably grade 9, 10. Yeah, I think more like 10 actually. Yeah, and we were basically heading home, and then there was like 4 guys that jumped out of a car and they started walking towards us, and they were like, "Oh, wait, Owens, do you know where the train station is?" Right? And I was like, "You guys have a car? I don't know where the train station." So I'm just walking away like, I don't know where that is, and then I just hear my friend from the back go, "Oh, Panch, I know exactly where that is." And then now they're like, "Yeah, where is it?" And then he's like, "You go left, you go right, and they're like, near Owens, man, jump in the car and someone show us where this place is." Bruh. So it was me, him, and his little brother. But his little brother was like big boned. And there's 4 of them. So 2 in the front, 2 at the back. And then I'm trying to go home. So they're trying to get him and his little brother in there. But his little brother, so it's going to be 6 with the 2 brother. Brother Yahweh. So, but then now his little brother is big bone, so he doesn't fit there. And now they're looking at me like, "Hey, dog, you almost got away. How about you get in there?" Yeah. So then I had to go in there, and bro, this guy was still giving them directions. Left here, right here. And then he's like, "Yeah, straight, right there, right there." You guys passed.
You can already tell what was going on when
you just had bad vibes from it.
Yeah, I knew. I was like, I'm never gonna know how Dragon Ball Z ends, right? Like, this is the end of my life. But this guy, bro, when kidnappers start giving you life advice, bro. Owens, you must never get into cars with strangers. I'm like, bruh, I know this.
They're making you second guess your whole life's decisions,
bruh.
Yeah.
No, but at the end of the day, they just they dropped us off like far, bruh, like far, and they took his phone. I didn't have anything on me. Guy didn't believe me. He's like, "Are you sure if I look in this bag and I find something, you know what I'm gonna do?"
Yeah.
I was like, "Yo, bruh," I started panicking. I'm like, "Yo, I have a Casio calculator." And
take that.
Right, what the fuck
it's
am I gonna
400
do with the Casio calculator? I was like, bro, do you know how many problems you can solve?
You legit said that.
No, I kept it in my heart. I was like, yo, if you knew the problems you could solve. But I just threw my bag at me, bro, and they dropped us off far. And then we were walking back, and it was like raining. And this guy goes, "Yo, my little brother," because they had told his little brother to wait there. I'm like, "Guy, there's no way your little brother is still waiting there. It's raining." He walked home. Bruh, that guy was still waiting there.
That's crazy.
He could have went back and kidnapped him. Nah,
he decided he's not going to walk back home. The little brother is like, "Nah, I'm not doing that."
No, he just waited for us there, bruh.
Damn.
Nah,
I have a nice icebreaker for us, even though we already broken the ice. But I just want to find out if so I'll just name 5 comedians.
Oh, okay.
This is off the top, by the way. I was thinking about it as we speak, and then you'll describe them one word.
Okay. Okay.
like
This
that.
is wild.
Yeah.
like that.
Hey.
Are you ready for it?
Hey, I'm not.
You're not.
Thinking of the words to
Okay,
choose.
cool.
Hey. Now it must be nice.
You want more than one word.
No, let's
Let's
go
do that.
for it.
Let's go for it.
One
Let's
word,
go for
one
it.
word. Let's see.
I'm going to start with Loyiso.
Legendary.
Legendary. Bill Burr.
Provocative.
Mpo Pops.
Great. I want to say great performer. Ish, now I'm going into two words. Yeah, now
So
I'm going
great.
greatness. Let me say greatness. Yeah.
Joey Restine.
Who?
Oh, I don't know two of the guys you named on that list.
Thought provoking. Is that one word?
Yeah, Dash maybe.
Yeah, that's the
Yeah,
hyphen
kids
there.
one,
So,
yeah.
yeah, that okay.
Okay.
Okay. And then we have one more. I need someone who's relatively still on a come up. Who's like national. Let's say Titi.
Titi or Titi?
Titi, the guy from PNC.
PNC. Titi. The future.
The
I'd
future.
say, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. You've said all cool things about these people, bro. I think I'll set him up the next time. I'll set him up
It was
the
only
next
gonna
time.
be good that was gonna be coming out there, bro.
But those
Alliances,
but
yeah.
I'm not gonna lie as well. I thought of people who are legends as well. So
Yeah, no,
I thought of
all those
people who are
guys are fire,
legends.
bro. All those guys are hilarious.
I'd like to know like who was an inspiration for you, like in the comedy realm. Whose work did you like look to try and model in terms of jokes and what you got and what you didn't get, and like who was like who you saw and you were like, damn.
I think for me, it would probably be a mix between Dave Chappelle and, I want to say, if I could like just collect a group, I'd probably say Dave Chappelle, Loyiso or Robbie Collins. A mix somewhere between there.
Fire.
It was the type of comedy that I was like, oh, I'm trying to do it like that. Yeah.
As far as the we'll talk about where comedy's at currently in South Africa, which is the second part of the question. But the first part of the question, what I want to ask is, obviously, your choice of comedy is essentially delivered in English, which is, you can argue in any sort of like art form in South Africa, even hip hop, when you rap in English, you sort of like squeeze in, sort of filter out a lot of South Africans as far as your audience and where you can go. From a rap perspective, maybe you can argue and say because of it's also an American thing. That happens in music, essentially as well. Zulu and Xhosa songs, they dominate quite more. And I see that a lot in terms of some of the guys, the comedian, I think maybe let's say the biggest comedian right now, well, argue and say it's Mpo Pops, and he's sort of like a hybrid. So he uses a bit of vernac and English
as well.
But as far as, and also just your style of comedy as well, because it's like it's jokes, but also there's some thoughtfulness. There's also you know
there's commentary on
satirical,
life,
So you know what I mean. So like, are you aware of that? That I'm trying to phrase this right. Were you aware of what you were getting yourself into as far as filtering some of the South Africans, or was it a thing of like, you're like, okay, cool, this is what I do, this is what I love, I'll do whatever I need to do to get my audience?
I think to be honest with performing anything, right? It's like you when you're a performer, you want it to be as close to you as possible. You're not trying to be something that you're not, right? Because that's not sustainable. You can only put on an act for so long before the facade comes crumbling down.
Because it does eventually.
Yeah, it does eventually. So the best that you can do, also I use the word facade, so smooth. Freaking tip.
I love that word, bro.
That's the landing, son. But
if you had horns, you'd go boom, 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 boom.
I was like, no one's gonna acknowledge that. So I'm gonna tell you right now, facade.
Shout out.
Nigga blowing his own horn, but I bitch. Yeah.
The facade will come crumbling down. So the best thing to do is try to be you, right? And it's like you, at the end of the day, you're trying to communicate what you feel, what you think, and you're doing it through a certain art, right? That's the filter that you're delivering your message through. So I feel like the way you choose really what language you do it in, or the style that you do it in, is in what best communicates the way you feel and how you feel like you can get your messaging out there best. You know what I mean? Cool. So it's like, if you know that you're going to get your messaging out there best in Zulu, you do it that way. You know, if it's going to be in English, you do it that way, Xhosa that way, and you're going to reach the audience that's meant for that. But what's most important is that you're being yourself. You know, yeah.
So it's ultimately an extension of yourself, basically. It should always be an extension of yourself.
Yes.
Yeah.
Fully.
Did you have a question for him, or should I go? Because he needs to answer the second part, sort of like the state of comedy in the country.
What about it?
No, I was asking, do you feel like it's progressing a little bit more now? Because I think historically, like, comedy is one of, like, I thought it was, I still think so. It's a field similar to, like, hip hop. So there can't be more than, let's say, 5 guys who were national at the time. That's how I look at it. Because obviously, like, if we look at the other guys during what's that show that they had, the Kagiso Lediga, the Loyisos, what's that show was called again? You're too young to know this, Emilio.
Oh, you're talking about
the Pure Monati, like during the Pure Monati show. Pure Monati guys, okay, there was probably more than 5 guys existing in that area, but just after that, we maybe had Trevor had his time, Loyiso had his time, Paul is having his time. Let's say TT might be next, and then the other guys. It's like there's always like opening up the door, and then it's like maybe only 5 guys. You guys wait outside once they're done. Or do you feel differently about that?
I want to say I feel differently about it, especially like nowadays we live in the social media era. So it's like if you are doing something great, you're putting out the content, put it out. You know what I mean? It's like film yourself and you put it out there and the audience can see it. It's not like where back in the day where you needed to be picked up by a channel in order for people to see you. People can see you from your phone.
There's eyes everywhere.
There's eyes everywhere. So it's like, I don't think there's a selection happening like that. It's just a matter of how effective are you at reaching the audience. And let's not forget, it's not like everyone can get to the highest echelon. The higher you climb, the less people there is, and that's not a matter.
What a soundbite! What a soundbite!
Yeah,
shout out.
It's basically, it's just that not everyone can get up there. It's not like there's necessarily someone saying, "Hey, you can't." It's just, it's not easy to.
It's not easy.
And I'd imagine like the more comedians there are going out and doing stuff, the more there is lanes to explore that haven't been explored yet. There's elements of comedy to venture out to that haven't been ventured, you know. So I'd imagine that's a due course of the trajectory of comedy, even in here.
And I think the audience is open to it. It's just about us figuring out how to get it to them and get it to them in the way that they understand and actually love the art form.
Damn, that's well put. That's well put. I really love that. And man, like, just consistently watching comedy at Shakers and sometimes rolling with you to Rosebank and whatnot. I think I was even saying to one of my guys, Liam, like, you guys do like one of the hardest art forms, because it's like, dog, when you get booed or like, okay, not booed, but like when you guys call it dying, right? On stage. When people don't responding positively to your work, it's like, it's instant, but it's also heart crushing. So I want us to tell us about the story, like your worst experience of you dying on stage and how you recovered from that as well.
And the best too, maybe to add to that, to juxtapose the worst and best.
The best almost every night, really.
Easy Zamatoda.
Yeah, no, man. It's always
man truly in love with what he does.
No, every time I get to do it, man, I appreciate it. I
saw you get a standing ovation in Rosebank. If you remember when you did was it during COVID?
Yeah.
When you did the piece, but it was jokes, but it was mixed with a bit of social commentary.
I was very woke.
You were very woke. And
it was varsity, you like figured life out.
And you had the dreads twisted to the sides to bring that out.
Man's had a whole aesthetic clearly.
I was coiling on the highest level. Before they knew how to quail, my dog. Now they're only calling me now.
They laid
with it, my boy. So the worst. Yeah. The worst. It was. had been killing, bruh. And it was looking like, hey, this career thing is happening. At the time, there was 2 comedy clubs in Johannesburg. It was the Goliath and Goliath Comedy Club in Melrose Arc and Parker's Comedy and Jive in Monte Casino. And I was already a paid actor at Parker's by the time. And I did a new joke. Hey, it was a dark one, but I had done it at Kitchener's. And Kitchener's, it's a very laid back space. They're willing to hear new thoughts. And that bit killed at Kitchener's. And so I decided that same week, Thursday, because Kitchener's was on Tuesday. And then that Thursday, I decided to go do the joke at Goliath and Goliath Comedy Club when they were having a 20 in 5. So 20 in 5, it's like 20 comedians doing 5 minutes each.
Oh, okay.
Right. So everyone brings their bangers, right? But I was like, they know my bangers. I'm about to show this.
So you have to have that one that really lands because you have 5 minutes,
So you go hard and you kill. So I was like, I could kill, but I'm going to show those comics I can kill even with new stuff. Let me use that joke I tried on Tuesday. My dog. Everyone is killing. 20 in 5, everyone's killing because they're using their best stuff. I get in there, I do my first joke, kills. I'm like, let me bring this new stuff and show you something. Yo, I did that joke, my guy. I've never seen people pay so much attention to their food. I know the audience could turn into Gordon Ramsay. They just turned into him, brother. Yeah. They're critiquing their food. I want to give this 8 out of 10 or something. Bro,
they're not looking at you whatsoever.
Like, I don't think too much garlic. Cheese. I don't know what is in this thing. Bro, they wouldn't look at me. I finished that set.
Is it appropriate to say the joke now? Like, can you say it? We wanna, if you remember it.
You wanna relive the history?
Let's not relive it. I never did it again for a reason. So I come out. The comedians used to chill like upstairs. There was like a upstairs chilling place. So the green room, though, you'd come out into the green room, and I called my Uber from there. I didn't go say goodbye to the comedians. I just called my Uber from there. Got into it. Went home. Get in my bed. I'm like, I'm about to cry. Cry my tears out, and then I get a video call from one of the comedians, and he's like, "Man, you thought you would just leave like that and not say goodbye?" And then he shows all the comedians, all 20 comedians that were there that night. He's like, "Now we're gonna talk to you, nigga. What do you call?"
You thought you're running away, but they found you.
Oh boy, you thought they roasted they roast people at a roast. Me, I got a proper roast, my guy. Yo, they passed the phone around. Everyone got their turn. My boy, they lit me up that night, and I've known better since. No new jokes at a 20 in 5.
Right, that's fire. That's fire.
What a story. What a story.
That was wild, bruh.
You want to ask something, or should we wrap it up? On time, how much time we got? Are we over 25? Huh? Nah, I think let's cap it at that. We'll just do part 1, because we don't want to go over maybe to 40 or something. It's Saturday, 12th, Yeah, the show's today, so I hope you would have watched the show.
By the time this episode drops, we hope you will have checked out the show. Maybe you want to tell us a bit more about the show. What's it called?
It's called The Pull Out Baby. The Pull Out Baby. I'm currently touring it right now. So from Gqeberha, I'm heading to Cape Town. On the 24th of October, I'm doing the show there. But until then, I'm just doing a bunch of other gigs that I'm booked for in Cape Town.
Okay.
And then, that's gonna be fantastic. If you're in Cape Town, come watch the show, really.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Shout out.
And also, man, is there any plans? Are you recording this visually, or what's going on? Are there plans
I recorded the first one. I'm gonna finish this tour now, and then next year I'm looking at probably doing like a proper recording of it. But for this year, I was just like working it and touring it, and seeing if it has legs, and seeing if there's an audience for it. And
so there's a potential for it to talk with a channel to drop it. If you say next year that you want to record it.
That's always a possibility, man. That's always a possibility. I mean, they want content. We want to put out content. So, if those chats happen, they happen, and then we'd see where we'd put it. basically.
Yeah.
Where do we see you next? I know we've seen you in a couple of Netflix stuff. What's next for Panch? Just outside the Pullout Baby.
I'm outside of the Pullout Baby. What's next, man? I don't know. I won an award today. I don't know if you know.
Shout out! Yeah.
Laurie Awards.
Yeah.
Son.
We got an award-winning comedian over here.
What is it for people who don't know? Also myself, I don't know about it.
So Laurie Awards is like African and Middle East, and the biggest awards for ad awards. So that's I believe I won for best performance. In
For an ad.
Yeah.
For the KFC one.
The KFC one.
Shut up.
Hey, the boy was
You were eating.
He was in the bag.
Come
eating
on,
now.
yeah. The boy was dropping.
I like the Savannah one as well. Where you were pushing the weights. Is it Debonair or Savannah?
No, that's. Hey, I need to say the right one now. Hey, I want to say that. So, hey, let me not even.
He's forgetting the people who gave him bread. Is it Hunters?
Yeah. It's Hunters. It's Hunters.
Why are you lifting weights in a Hunters dry ad, bro?
Hey, my guy, I gotta show them. That's what it does for you. When you drink Hunters, you gain muscles. Able to live.
Kids, we don't promote liquor and alcohol, especially to Makuluka Galendo. He's not really our friend. This is just for show. We don't drink. You know me and Q, we're on the same wavelength. But yeah, man, let's wrap it up, guys.
Shout out. It's been a great episode, Panch. We appreciate you, man. We hope the show goes great. And we hope to see you soon again next time.
By the way, don't leave me hanging, bro.
Come on.
Okay. I'm doing the mic check. I'm like, I'm standing like this.
Shout out, Panch.
God damn, your hands are strong, nigga. Yes.
Don't leave me hanging down there.
Why are all these Xhosa niggas' hands so fucking painful? God damn, Diddy needs to bring someone his baby all up in here so your hands can be soft.
Oh, man, nah, shout out. Let's wrap it up. Shout out to Emilio as well. He's hosting you.
Yeah, Emilio's hosting.
We appreciate Emilio.
GQ Comedy here in Gqeberha.
He does it here at the rooftop, actually.
He does it at the rooftop and he does it at the One Room
as well, yeah.
and Comedy Club.
All kinds of venues.
Coming through next month.
You will have what coming through?
Tsitsi.
That's fire. We're gonna be there. We need to be there.
He's hosted a lot of great comics here, and I'm glad to be here. Also, I'm enjoying it, man.
He's trying to say he's a great comic, Exile. Did you see how he slid that in?
By the time this comes out, we might as well promote the shows that come out.
Yeah. Titi's gonna come through, and yeah, man. Yeah, we'll
It's gonna be a
promote
vibe.
that.
Just look out for the comedy here in PE, man. Basically, yeah.
The scene is growing. There's a lot of great comics here. I saw some of them last night. Hilarious.
Who was your favorite? Who was your favorite?
Was my favorite last night? Dude called Gabriel. Hilarious.
Gabriel.
Gabriel the
Entertainer.
Yeah.
Man was entertaining.
You need to watch out that.
Cat Williams doesn't like him much. Or should I say Pat Williams?
Alright, let's wrap it up.
Shout
Punch.
out.
Thanks, bro.
Shout out, man.
Good to see you. I don't know when I'm
been
gonna
a good
see you soon,
episode.
but obviously today. But I don't know after that. But yeah, I think you're gonna be coming to GQ quite often.
It's been lit,
Hope so.
Panch.
Thank you for having me.
Applause.
Boom, 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 boom.